Now here is. Do we call it the end of Vectors? Do we call it the start of Euphemia?
Right. Let's clear this up right now. This is the start of Euphemia, and if you're listening, if you have the CD version of the album,
which you should do,
get a copy if you don't. It's well worth it.
You dirty pirates.
There's a lot of contention with, is this part of Vectors? Is this part of Euphemia? It's part of Euphemia. We just tacked it onto the end of Vectors so that you didn't have to sit through a 3-minute intro. It's not that long, but it's like a 2-minute intro every time you wanted to listen to your favorite song, Euphemia. But yeah, this was written primarily as a remix for the Yogscast, but it was always the plan. I think the plan was from the start to have it as the start of the song on the album. I remember that because we always thought, oh, it'd be cool if people listen to this song and they get it into their heads and suddenly it's part of a bigger song. I always thought that'd be really cool.
And for live as well, we play it live and it builds it up before the track.
It gives us a bit of a break.
Yeah, it's a nice little breather.
Yeah.
Because we go from like fast to fast.
Definitely. So the song proper kicks in now. There's this swell. Again, just to point out that synth part was one of the last things I wrote. System Start was the last, but that's I actually reworked it from the original Yogscast outro, so there is a slight difference there.
But this whole song was just completely redone from the Blackline version, wasn't it? I mean, cut it in half and taken instruments out and stuff like that.
Greatly shortened.
I was really harsh with it. I mean, I just thought that the original song was so long.
It drew out longer than it needed to, didn't it?
I mean, I don't think it was particularly bad, but it really did. It really was quite self-indulgent. It just went on, and it had all these sections that were just there to make it longer, and so I went in with I cut out an entire verse.
It had 2 pre-chorus solos as well. So.
I can't even remember. The second verse was twice as long. Am I right about that?
I think that was a third verse.
I'm not sure if it was, but I think maybe the pre-chorus was twice as long.
I can't remember.
In the second pre-chorus.
Oh, there was a second pre-chorus, wasn't there? Was there?
I'm not entirely
because the first one Luke played a lead on, the second one I played a lead on, and then we had a solo as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was a bridge, wasn't there? I mean,
here was Luke's first solo.
Yeah, there was a solo of these bridges. This was another thing. When we were writing this, it was very much like kind of trial and error. What we're gonna do, and the songs were just full of too much stuff at one time.
Yeah, absolutely. Constant guitars and vocals fighting for dominance and mixes.
Yeah, and it was really, really tricky to mix because of that.
As well, the guitar harmonies in this are much more isolated than they were on Blackline here as well. So you can hear the chords underneath and then the actual superimposed harmonies on the top. Before we stop.
What I like about this chorus a lot is that it uses the catchy chord sequence, but
the 4 chords. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, but it references it without actually doing it.
This is my favourite change, actually.
I think this is possibly mine as well.
It slows the song down, but without actually, it doesn't slow it. It just drops it to a low level.
The chord progression changes, and then there's an alternate harmony as well.
These were fun to record because this song was very much written. So when it was
quick cut.
Yeah. That's something we started doing live, wasn't it?
It's I think we did it live first and then kind of added
a couple of things we did like that from our set that we then put onto our album.
Yeah. That bit in Vectors definitely. That bit was the most prominent. Something that we'd worked that song out in that way live before we went into the studio, and that's not really a luxury we were afforded.
We were playing it live for quite a while before we recorded it for the actual
Blackline. It was
the first ever song.
First song we wrote. We played that at every single show we've done.
It was the one that I recorded as the first thing.
Yeah,
which was
that was the first time we met. Yeah.
So this is me still playing, but then in the second comes into Luke's guest solo.
He came up and
he came down, and
it was nice to see him actually because we don't really get to hang out with him anymore. And it was because we're still friends and stuff. But it was good to see him, wasn't it?
Well, I certainly couldn't play this. It's a rather difficult solo.
He's using a wah pedal, I think.
He is, yeah. He's using my old bad horsey he bought off me. My bad horsey wah.
This was a big change as well because this went on. This kind of it hung out, and now it's just that sudden kind of drop down.
I think we did this live, didn't we? And originally it was just everyone just cut out and.
No, I was playing clean guitar.
Yeah, you were.
And it was sounding awful. To be honest, I didn't like it very much.
So we just moved to an acoustic, straight up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, whatever. And there used to be a key change in the outro. I mean,
this lead is new as well.
But this is it. This is my favourite version of Euphemia, I think.
The best one.